to
the Zak
and Buzz
review of Gladiators, the last of the quarterfinals.
The last quarterfinals. Oh my goodness!
Oh man, goodness
It has been a wild ride so far.
It's been crazy, absolutely crazy.
But first off, before we go into the nitty gritty of this particular episode, we do have to mention the situation with Giant.
Oh yes, Giant and his bicep.
He appeared mid-episode, basically saying that that's him done for this season, unfortunately.
He pulled it.
Yeah, which is a great shame.
It was a great shame. So that means we not only lost out with Nitro, but also
and Giant.
But kind of Hammer is filling in the
Hammer!
Hey, you hit me with a tenderising hammer, you bugger.
Mine's more violent, I don't know. Anyway, okay.
Getting back.
So, on to the show. It was another cracker.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is, for me, this is the biggest show on TV at the moment.
It is! It really is. It's the thing that really gets you excited on a Saturday evening.
It's got everything.
Whilst you're eating your dinner or something.
It's just, you've done that, you're just sitting back. And then,
guess on the edge of your seat.
Boom! It's Glad fans time.
It's just big, larger than life excitement all the way through.
Yeah, it's great. And as I said before, it's for the kids, but it's for the adults.
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone, and for a show to do that.
In 2025.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, on with the show.
So, we had our contenders.
Ready!
We had Nathan and Andy.
Yeah, Nathan
and then
and Andy.
For the ladies, we had Rachel and Kiva.
Yes.
If we remember, Rachel was actually the daughter
Frank
of
Bruno.
Frank Bruno.
Exactly.
Which is interesting.
And she's been a good sport all the way through. Bless her.
So, event number 1 was... dropping your phone on the floor? No, duel.
Duel. That's it. Duel.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Somehow, Bionic,
Bionic
did a major flop here because he'd never lost. Undefeated.
And I really do think that he was so set on knocking Nathan off.
Yeah, he overcharged it, man.
Yeah.
He made a big boo-boo.
It would have been better to have played it through to having a standoff and giving him the 5 points.
Yeah, but unfortunately Bionic stepped on Nathan's platform and therefore Nathan wins.
I think Bionic could have knocked him. He rattled him so much. He could have just focused a little bit more. But he just, come on, we all get into the moment, don't we?
We do.
I mean, you just try and imagine yourselves up on those podiums. We have been in martial arts tournaments in front of crowds.
Yeah, very true.
You become so locked in that you don't hear anything.
You're in the zone.
You're in the zone. You can have, hundreds of people there shouting, and you're like locked in. You don't hear it, but you can just get so revved up, the adrenaline pumping that causes you to make a mistake, and that's what happened. So there you go.
But for Andy, unfortunately, actually, interestingly,
he lasted 8 seconds, didn't he?
He went up against Apollo, and this was Apollo's debut on Duel. And quite rightly so. Yes. Apollo did do a blinder, really.
Although I will say, sorry Apollo, but the little rhyming thing at the end was just a little bit too long.
Do you think it was rehearsed?
It might have been rehearsed, but it was a bit too long. Shorten it, make it a bit more punchy. Okay? Anyway, so
he did a great job. He did a great job. So Nathan 10, Andy 0.
Yep, and then we have the ladies.
So we had Rachel against...
Oh,
Cyclone. Yes. She didn't do very well.
No. Cyclone, actually, if you caught a little glimpse of Cyclone at one point when she came down, she actually smiled.
Yeah?
Yeah, she actually she turned off the grumpy face for a moment. I think she realised, oh damn, I'm smiling. Back on the grumpy face.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rachel seems very tentative throughout the entirety of the show, to be fair.
To be fair, again, it was a height thing, and we'll talk about the edge later. But
did kind of suggest that she was going to be very afraid of the edge if that pops up, and unfortunately,
and there you go. So yes, nothing for her. She went down.
And Kiva against Fury of all people.
Yeah,
you'd expect that be.
That was the best, probably the best and most exciting duel match.
There was some good hits.
Fury was really wailing in on
as the name suggests.
She was enjoying it, and she was not giving an inch.
Yeah,
and Kiva was putting up with it,
and somehow she managed to stay up there.
Yeah,
she
did.
stayed up there and got 5 points.
That was like really exciting. That's what you like to see.
Yep. So by the end of
done,
event
Kiva.
1, we had Rachel on 0 and Kiva on 5.
And then on to event number 2,
which was Unleashed. One of the favourites of our new games.
As we've said many times. Load the game.
Track loading.
Love it.
Contender, you will go on my whistle, and then the gladiator will be unleashed.
I love that.
Mystery gladiator. You don't know who you're going to get.
Yes.
Okay. So, this was actually very interesting. We thought, again, this would be a foregone conclusion for Nathan.
Yep.
Because he was against Phantom.
Yeah. Because I said, I wonder if he'll get Phantom. And he did.
He did. We love guessing.
And Phantom's like, way.
And it's like, oh no. By getting Phantom, you'd think that Phantom would get him.
To be honest, I don't remember them saying in the rules in the poll when this game was first sort of shown, and they said about not taking the steps 2 steps at a time, stuff like that. Never said anything about getting hold of the harness. No. And obviously when you're doing something like the wall, you are allowed to get hold of the harness. Yeah. And I'm just trying to think of previous games that are harness games. So like Pendulum, they had a harness on with a tag. They had to get the tag. But I'm sure a Gladiator could have still sort of slowed the other person down by grabbing the harness.
I think, it's the idea of the whole thing is to stop the person from scoring, and that he did. He did. But the controversy surrounding him grabbing the harness before grabbing the tag seemed to be kind of a bit. Yeah. I thought it was all fair on Phantom for doing that.
I think
that was learning from past mistakes and things regarding people like the tag floating up onto people's shoulders and things, which is just a state of being unlucky.
Okay, look at it. Hang Tough, right? Yeah. If you're on Hang Tough, Wolf ripped somebody's trousers off shorts off at one point, and they will get hold of your vest and and they will, in the wrestling games they'll get hold of your costume and
very true.
So I really didn't see the issue on it.
But the judge's ruling, Mr. Clattenburg,
it was actually
Battenberg.
Mr. Clattenburg, I may point out, it was his 50th birthday this week. So
happy birthday,
happy belated birthday! Yeah.
It was ruled that Nathan got 5 points.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't think Phantom was particularly happy about that, but there you go.
He seemed to take it took relatively easy. Yeah. And then we go on to Andy. Now, I think it was proposed by you that you thought Viper was going to come out.
I kind of thought Viper.
However, I thought this would be a prime opportunity for
Hammer! Put it away. Okay. Hammer!
Yes, the better.
You're going to get Hammer. You pop a hammer.
Ow! That was the revenge for earlier. Okay. And unfortunately for Andy, he did get captured.
Yeah, he sort of didn't he trip over a little bit going through the wall?
Yeah, that was his issue.
Yeah. So there you go. Scores on the doors was 0.
Scores on the door were 15 to Nathan and 1 to Andy. So at this point, it's an early lead for Nathan straight off the door. Okay. So on to the ladies.
The ladies.
We had Rachel against Electro, who
she
is known for being a bit of a rocket in this particular sense.
Well, her and, of course, Fire, which we'll mention in a moment. But she just didn't really stand chance. And again, she hit that wall awkwardly and went down. Yeah. In fact, so that was that.
I think of the two of them, Kiva actually got a bit further.
But she
Rachel.
Again hit the wall badly.
Yeah, and both of them got captured. Exactly. So no points to anyone.
But that's what I was going to say. What's it got? She got Fire, but then Kiva got.
Kiva got Fire.
No, sorry, yeah.
Rachel got
Electra and Electro, and what's it got? Fire. So you got the two fastest.
Yeah.
Lady runners there probably.
So scores and doors for the ladies were Rachel still on 0 points.
Oh dear.
And Kiva was on 5 at this point.
And then we move on to game number 3.
Event number 3.
The Ring. The Ring. Now.
So this is one of the.
As soon as they said the Ring, we all went.
It's one of those ones that continues to be a bit controversial.
I don't like it. I mean, I do like it. I've said.
I like the premise. It just needs.
It needs tweaking. I've said it in previous ones that they need to, when they take them down and they go release. They should release them, and then they need to get up and go back to the edge of the circle again. Yeah. Not carry on.
It seems like a bit of an easy easy kind of point scoring thing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, all tactic wise, right? I would run at the Gladiator, okay, to the point where they go release, and then as soon as they let go and hit the target.
Yeah, get up, that is kind of the incentive, isn't it?
Get up, run out, come back, tackle the Gladiator again to get told to release, and then get back and hit the target again. Yeah. Because some of them have hit it with their feet as well before. Yeah. So it's like, no, if you get tackled by the Gladiator, you should...
If you go down on your... If you go down...
you need to get up. Yeah. The Gladiator can release, get up and run back out the ring. Just kind of just the same as doing the Powerball. Yeah. They have to drop the ball, run to the other side.
I think maybe in that sense, maybe it'd be easier
Change the rules.
Easier to like handle if it were more like Powerball, but then it's just Powerball. So
yeah, I mean it's gonna, you're always gonna have that kind of when you get a game that is close to another game, or you're going to have a game which is completely different from another game. And unfortunately, I think when you've got Powerball or the Ring, Powerball is just the one to do, isn't it?
Okay, so for the men in this, it was obviously both contenders, and they were against Steel and Phantom. Steel and Phantom.
That's Steel, isn't it? And Phantom.
It's when he's in the atmosphere. It's like, I am in a cage.
I'm in my cage of steel.
He's good fun.
We like Steel.
And it was pretty hard hitting all round. But
we've got to talk about Steel later.
What's interesting though, with this is they both scored 8 points. Yeah. So therefore, the effect on the scores was basically nothing. It was kind of cancelled itself out.
Yeah, but they were hard hitting and they took a few knocks. And the thing is, that can wear you out, And I don't know. I mean, obviously, when we're watching Gladiators, they go from game to game. Yeah. But of course, in reality, they have to then strip that game down, put the next game in. And I don't know kind of how they're playing it. So the contenders actually probably do get a bit of a break in between.
Yeah, well, you kind of think it would be worthwhile to maybe have, like, two kind of shows going on, like being filmed at the same time.
I think they used to do that in the old days. I don't know how they're doing the format in these days, but they used to do that. So, if you've got one game laid out, what is the point of stripping it all down
to just
when you've got a load of other competitors that you've already decided are going to
go on this?
The contenders that are going to go on it. So you get them all to do it, which means that contenders are getting a much more elongated break between games.
So. End of the ring for the men. Nathan was on 23 and Andy was on 8.
Yeah, which is
still quite a point gap.
Yeah, and I say it's not good because Nathan, we already know Nathan is fast.
Yeah, he is.
CrossFit champion and all.
So for the ladies, we had Dynamite and Sabre in the ring up against them, and they also take.
They really slammed out. I think that was the thing with Sabre though. I don't think Sabre was playing the game as well as I would like to have seen it. She was hard hitting, but a lot of being told by Clattenburg to release all the time. And it's like, whoa, I've released. What are you going on about? It's like this. But Dynamite played that one really well.
Yeah, she did quite.
So scores on the doors.
Scores on the doors for the ladies. We Rachel obviously scored 6 in that, and Kiva scored 10, which brought the total scores up to 6 and 15.
See,
Kiva.
Again, it was because of that stupid tackling from Sabre allowed Kiva to keep crawling across and hitting.
And much again with Rachel, she did seem to be a bit kind of
hesitant.
Tentative is probably the game style I would probably most describe.
Okay, fair enough
for her.
Fair enough,
but she did put her all in.
She did,
and that is absolutely fair.
And now we have event number 4. The Wall.
Like that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So, on the wall, we had Nathan against Legend. I believe that was a rematch.
That was a rematch, because Legend had him last time.
And Andy against Viper.
Yeah, yes. Still think...
See, you missed it this week.
What did I miss?
You missed it. Viper.
I still think that Viper... I don't know. Does he win any games? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's hard to kind of understand Viper sometimes.
Yes.
He is eternally grumpy.
You mean, do you have anything to say?
It's a bit invasive.
A bit invasive. Bit unnecessary. I mean, I don't know. I kind of wonder if Viper is there for the kids.
Maybe
for the kids.
Yeah, kind of cartoony.
Yeah,
his
but
character.
at the same time, though, because obviously it is a sporting challenge, and these guys are gladiators.
Yeah.
I'm starting. I might be wrong, but I'm starting to get the feel that if you do get pulled up against Viper, then you probably sort of go, whew. I feel
as a contender.
As a contender, you kind of feel like, oh well, that could have been a lot worse, you know. So Viper needs to find his. He needs to find the game that he can win at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, has Viper ever gone up on the edge? Has he ever done that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I want to see him on the edge.
I mean, he's got the build and the speed. I would have thought to be.
He's a gladiator.
I know. I think he's got to be a really good.
He needs his moment. He needs
a
his
Powerball
moment.
player.
Yeah.
You know, if we could find his zone and say maybe in Powerball, or what you do not want to go up against is Viper in Powerball. You know, because Viper is going to take you out. You know, a bit like when you get the ladies and they get Fury. You know.
Just like
that. But they always go, oh no, it's Fury.
So, okay. In this, what was interesting was Legend actually fell off.
Yeah, which was, again, he did both. But I say Viper also, bless him, he did get some touches on
Andy. Yeah. But again, much like you said in previous ones, I think the Gladiators tend to go for the grab a bit too early.
Yeah, well,
just a fraction too early.
Come on, Legend was obviously already gone past Nathan, didn't he? Last time they were up there, didn't he go?
Perhaps.
I think he was. I think he overtook him and was sort of like going, "Come on, climb up." But this one, it just kind of muffed it. He really should have just gone that. A couple of handholds more to get that harness. Yeah. And there you go. That's where it is.
So Nathan got 5 in this event, and Andy got 10.
Andy got over because Andy got.
He
over
got
first.
10. He got 10. That was really nice.
So well done,
Andy. I think the his kind of army training, his assault course stuff,
that
really did
helped.
pay in dividends there.
Yeah. And then on to Rachel.
However, obviously I've got to give the scores. So Nathan was then on 28 and Andy was on 18. So that's
okay.
That's a 10 point.
We pulled you back a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So for the ladies, we had Rachel against Athena, and we had Fire against Kiva.
Yeah. Now I was surprised because actually Kiva did get over first, didn't she? And I thought Fire would hunt her down easily. Yeah. But she didn't.
Yeah, that was surprising. Fire seemed relatively
slow on it.
Slow on that.
Because when the ladies hit the wall, I actually thought both ladies were slow to start climbing.
Yeah. Again, Rachel did seem to be very tentative. It just wasn't her night because a lot of these were conducted at height as well.
Anyway, how did she do against Athena?
She got none. She basically fell off and got captured very soon. Very soon.
Because Athena's a good all-rounder for female gladiators, she does well.
Which is interesting when this comes to the scores. I think this was probably the time when Kiva really kind of had a very substantial lead.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in quarterfinals, we're in quarterfinals with the semi-finals snapping at the heels because this was the last quarterfinal. When you're at this sort of stage and you've got this kind of level of stuff competitor, you can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and that really affects the game.
To go to the eliminator with such a big long lead, considering last week it was like head to head.
Yeah. For the gents, it was like boom, straight off at the same time. Same time.
It's like it almost at that point becomes a foregone conclusion.
So at the end of event 4, Rachel had the grand sum of 6 points overall, and Kiva was on 25.
Ouch.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a bit ouch.
That was a bit ouch. Which then led on to possibly one of our favourite new games, but not the new games, the new games of the new series of Gladiators, which was The Edge.
The Edge, that's it.
It was the pause. It was the pause for building up the tension.
Right, because we had the waffle iron of doom.
Waffle board of doom.
And that's why I mentioned briefly we were going to talk about steel later on. And now we get back to steel again. Okay. So come on, lay me down. Who had who?
Okay, so steel was against Nathan.
Yes. And so I thought, we knew what happened last time with steel.
Yeah.
He literally just ran himself off of the grid, didn't he? So it was like this time. It was like go to the middle. Take our advice. Go to the middle, and he went to the middle.
Yeah.
And then he ran straight off the edge again. Steel, man. Dude, what are you doing?
Chill.
Well, I mean, it's far better that the competitors get maybe 1, maybe 2 runs, and then the Gladiators got them in their sights.
It's like
to take such chances.
The opposite side of this was Legend, of course, who seems to have really kind of nailed the tactics here.
Yeah.
When he went against Andy, basically he just let him waltz across. Second go, boom, got him.
That's it, and that's what I say. Go to the middle, because they have to start on opposite corners, and the contender's going to run down that side. So you may as well. You've got 2 choices. You try and intercept them, which is what Steele did last week and went straight off, or you go to the centre and then catch him on their way back. You know, and Legend did it perfectly. And we all love Legend.
So,
because let's face it, he's great at everything.
He's a legend.
He's a legend.
They need, what was it? They need to rename the edge.
Yes.
The ledge.
I love that bit. Actually, it made me laugh when it came into when they came into the locker rooms. It's like Legends like went to steal what happened there. No, you know, mate, I'm not criticising. You were really. Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, dearie me. So Nathan obviously got 10 in that event, and Andy got 2. So. At this point, we then have a substantial deficit
with the ladies,
between the gents as well, which means that Nathan was on 38.
Ow, that is an amazing score.
And Andy was on 20.
Yeah, which is a reasonable score, you know.
Yeah.
On a normal
occasion. However, in this particular one, that just didn't cut the mustard, because that's 18 points gap.
Yeah.
By the end of event 5 for the men.
But anyway, on to the ladies.
So, the edge for the ladies, we had Rachel against Fury.
And again, Rachel just was bouncing about, wasn't she?
Well, she was very tentative because she didn't like heights.
Exactly.
She got 2 runs across, so that was 4 points.
Yeah.
Give the credit where it's due.
Fury solidly took her down.
Yep, and then Kiva went against Diamond. Yeah.
Oh, actually, she did this thing like this. Oh, I can't do it, man. She made a diamond.
Trying to do
hands.
a bird.
No, she went round with her arms and made a diamond. Oh, that's it, like that.
I'm the swan.
That's it. Like
Become
that. Diamond.
The
That's what you have to do. You have to go whoop. Try that. Whoop.
Okay. So, when it came to Kiva and Diamond. Diamond. Diamond did good. She didn't even fall. No, she just shoved her off.
Bye-bye. See you in the netherworld.
That was great. Great show by Diamond.
Yeah. Well done, Diamond.
Yeah. So there we are. That is the scores on the doors for event 5.
All the events.
So end of it was Rachel on 10 and Kiva was on 27. Again, another points deficit that was substantial.
And that leaves the Eliminator.
The thing that decides everything. In this
and
game.
Frankly, I think by the time we got to this point, it was already decided. Yeah. I think somebody, either Kiva or Nathan, had to make a complete cock-up. Yeah. Really, to not win.
However, they didn't. They didn't make a cock-up, and quite rightly so, because Nathan had 9 seconds... head start.
That's it.
And Kiva had an 8.5 second head start.
And Nathan, if I recall correctly, he actually finished 59 seconds. He's the fastest on the
there's a
Eliminator.
New record.
So, now, if I recall, it was Joe F. who'd already set the record this series, hasn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
You're good on this.
He's in the semi-final with Mus. Mm-hmm. And but... he didn't beat his record last time he was on. No. But now Nathan has beaten the record, and the fastest contender to go up is Joe H.
I'm glad you remember this.
Joe H.
So many names being thrown around.
So they went on. Anyway, it was Nathan and Andy were on the Eliminator, and
unfortunately. Andy did seem to suffer a few times. He fell on the cargo net, which seemed to be one of his strengths last time, which is a great shame.
And it's almost like he was just the engine had, given out.
Run down, yeah.
Went for the jump, mistimed it.
Yeah, and again on the Travelator as well, he did a mighty face plant.
But Nathan came round and cheered him on.
He did manage it.
All the contenders, shall I say, cheer him on. Mm-hmm. And he got up there. So. Yep. But Nathan is now definitely one to watch.
Definitely want to watch. Who do you reckon's going to win?
Well, okay.
Can you give a fair guess? You've seen everyone.
I thought Mus was very fast, but he is going against Joe, who I'm sure, you can put me right if I got this wrong, set the standard for the fastest time on the Eliminator, and he gave that absolutely amazing performance on the edge, you know, when he was bouncing across the edge the other day. So I think for those two, in their semi-final, it's going to be really down to if anybody manages to take a lead
in the games
on the point scoring in the game.
Well, I think that's the thing, because as much as Mus is really, really fast, he doesn't seem as resistant to taking a big hit.
Yeah, I was going to say on the impact games.
Yeah.
So I think that's the hardest one to call on the semi-finals for the men, because they are both very fast. And it's going to come down to, if you have a show where one of them takes a good lead in the points, that's probably going to seal the deal.
Yeah.
But if they go head to head, and the scores are the same when they go on to the Eliminator, I think perhaps Nathan has still got the edge on it. Okay. Perhaps. Okay. However, if we look at... did I say Nathan?
You just said
Joe.
Nathan. Yeah.
Joe's got the edge on
Which
it.
Joe?
Yeah.
That Joe.
Joe F. But if we look at the other semi-final that we now have, which is Nathan and Joe H, if I'm right.
Beard Joe.
Beard Joe.
Your gymnastics Joe and Beard Joe.
I think that's a foregone conclusion, and I don't mean anything against...
Because that Joe had the fastest run-up time.
I don't think that Joe,
he's going to cut it against on the speed.
I don't really think... He'd have to make an amazing points deficit in the games to give him a chance. But even then, Nathan would catch him up pretty good. I mean, 59 seconds on the Eliminator this week.
That's hard. You know, that's a hard thing to go against, isn't it?
It's very hard,
especially this time in the game.
So I think we already know. I think it's fair to say that Nathan is going to be in the final, or the semi-final, should I say?
Well, you never know. You never know. All could change between now and then. We don't know.
We shall see. But there. So that's our discussion on the men's front.
And then for the ladies, Kiva obviously stormed it, and Rachel took a jolly old time to do everything. And yeah, I think she had a bit of trouble on... she just almost everything.
Well, I think you summed it up when we actually watched it, because you said that she seemed to take everything leisurely.
Yeah.
You know, leisurely up.
Like the...
She wasn't chasing for each part of the Eliminator.
No.
It was just do it leisurely. Which meant that obviously Kiva went through, and then the fastest runner-up was
Anila.
So we have the semi-final next week is going to be Xavier and Amanda, and followed by Kiva and Anila. So what do you reckon on those? Xavier and Amanda.
Ooh.
Xavier was fast.
They was pretty fast, yeah.
Xavier, yeah. Kiva is very strong in it.
I think Kiva...
That's a harder one to call.
Kiva has the edge over Anila, I think.
That's a harder one on the ladies to call, I reckon.
Yeah.
So I can't really call it. I think Kiva maybe is the stronger to go through. But yeah, the ladies is harder to call.
Yeah.
But I think depending on how Mus and Joe do, we could see a Joe and Nathan final on the men's.
And
that's what I'm predicting.
That would be very entertaining to watch.
That would be amazing. I just think it'd be amazing. And as I say, if you had a Joe and a Nathan final, that's going to come down to either a nail-biting, heart-stopping eliminator if they are both level pegging on points, or it's going to be decided literally in the games. Yeah, before they get to that eliminator. Because I don't know if either of them, if they've got maybe a 2-second head start, you know, one of them could catch up with the other one if they do the eliminator right. But if there is a big gap and they do it as well as they normally do,
5 seconds or above, I reckon it's going to be hard to close.
It'd be hard to close the gap. But if they're level pegging, then that's just going to be like the ultimate eliminator.
Edge of your seat, butt clenching moment.
Yeah. So we shall.
Because you want everyone to win, but
oh yeah, I mean, all the way through this, I haven't had my favourites.
Yeah,
I think all the contenders are amazing to be there. Regardless, I would have loved in the day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do it back when it was originally there, and now knocking on the doors of 60, I'm not going to be doing it again.
Well, you almost got onto the Crystal Maze.
Oh yeah, that was one of the game shows I did, and I just think to be a contender, whoever you are, good on you.
When you're there, you've got to give it your all, it really shows.
I just hope they just tweak the ring a little bit. Tweak it. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Oh no,
that's it. So, talking about tweaking the ring, Barney, mate, Barney. Do you realise what you said? That's the messiest ring I've ever seen. Oh God, did we laugh? Did we laugh?
Considerably, we laughed quite a bit.
Yeah, which kind of like
on the whole messy ring scenario.
The messy ring made up for the poor game. Anyway,
we hope you have enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for next week's, and we're really excited to see.
We are really excited. I hope they don't have a messy ring next week.
In the meantime, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions, further reviews you would like to see.
We love you all, Glad fans, and we'll see you in the next one.